want? It's okay to show you or no?
Oh, it's okay.
Okay. Today, me and what's your name?
Sly Funk.
We're going to talk about Mr.
Kevin
Samuels, and thanks for the thumbs up. We're not going to show our face. We're going to just because we're driving, so we're going to show all of that, and we're just going to discuss what it is. I just only saw one of his videos, and but a lot of people talk about him. I hear different things about what he's saying, and it's interesting. What he's saying. It's the same. The stuff that he's talking about. Because I'm his age. I think I'm got like 2 years over him, so I understand exactly where he's coming from, and he can agree with me. We've had such discussions. And when we were coming up, these same things, and I think at his age, he was the class of 1984. When I graduated in 1982, the 10th graders came in, and I think that would be part of his class if he's I think he's 50. How old is he?
He's around 50, I think.
I thought he was 55. He's a little younger than that.
I mean, he's in his 50s, definitely.
Okay, I'm thinking. Well, I'm 57, so he's got a couple of years younger than me, but he could be younger than that. But regardless, when I was at Uni High in West Los Angeles, the 10th graders came in, and they were a whole new breed, and that was, those 10th graders, when they came up, that was when things started really changing and started really getting a little bit more radical and stuff. So I did only watch one of his videos. The video was when he was talking about this one sister who had a dog grooming video. That was really interesting, but pretty much what other people say is that he talks about. Thanks for the thumbs up. You guys chime in if you want. The other things he's talking about, all that stuff, I pretty much know it. Not know it, but I heard it about it. Yeah, pretty much knowing it stuff. So, but it's just interesting to hear the young guys, talk about these things. How they're not able to, how they didn't grow up with the same kind of maturity that we did. Him too. I'm thinking he's a couple years younger than I am, or he could be actually 5 years younger than I am. But still at that, we grew up in that area where it was still black on black love. Bros didn't take too much crap from women, regardless of who they were. It was just a lot of stuff, and as the digital, hello viewers, thank you. And as the digital world came into effect, can you press that, the ashtray, the lighter thing, can you press that? Because I can't.
This one?
No. Where the lighter is. The ashtray. Look in the ashtray.
This one?
No. Wait. Follow the cord down. You see the cord that's in phone?
Cord.
The cord that's in the charger that's in my phone.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Press it. Put it in because it's not in
Okay.
all the way. Okay, there it is. Because the juice can get in. But anyway, we grew up in our age. We grew up, like I said, in a whole different thinking and stuff. And when the advent of, I think it was during the time of, what's his name? Clinton came out. I think it was Clinton. No, that was before Clinton. It was when I was still in high school. So I guess, it was before I joined the military. So it was like 1984. Getting jobs and stuff, making some good money, especially on the west side anyway. Those who were coming there, and then when I came back from the military, I noticed this change in a lot of women. They were a little stronger, especially sisters, really strong. That's when I first officially heard these complaints about black men coming out, and it was more prevalent, or it was like more open than it was before. Of course we had it, but it was like, you talk to a sister, and a lot of them was just complaining and stuff about the bros. Not that they didn't have a reason or anything. Then I went over to Japan, and YouTube came out, and then that's when the brothers started complaining about the women. And I'm like, what are they doing? They're starting this Avalanche. Okay, what's up, GSD for JPN5? Interesting topic. Hope all is well. I'm fine. Jordan, Yoshin, Yoshi,
He's saying that Kevin Samuels and Umar Johnson are both
CIA.
CIA agents. Agents.
You never know.
Yeah.
But and then with the advent, what happened? So then when YouTube came out, a lot of brothers started complaining about the sisters, and so this is like, I don't know, before I even started making, well, it was right when I started making my videos, and then I started making videos about telling bros and sisters, you know, hey, don't put this stuff out on YouTube because, you know, we already got a bad reputation, you know, don't put it out. But, you know, of course, they're not going to listen to me. And then the next video came out was when the guys were going down to Brazil. And I forgot what it was. And it was a good video. It was funny to me, you know, because the guy said, yeah, you know, got out of Brazil, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, you got women bringing water to you and, you know, and they being nice about it. I'm thinking like, okay, but aren't they getting paid to do that? You know, so. And then, but from that video, I made a lot of friends and stuff. And then the advent of the smart devices. And when the smart devices came out, that opened up finances to women. It pretty much catapulted women to a space where they had total control over their life, and they didn't need they didn't have to be submissive. They didn't have to wait for the man to bring the money home. They went out there and got their money, you know. And it was I think a lot of men didn't prepare for this, you know. It's almost something like when the government came in and said, hey, we'll give you money, but you can't have a man in the house, you know. And a lot of women, you know, like my friend said, you know, women out here in Japan, if they have a lot of kids, they can divorce their husbands, and the government will give them, you know, they getting $3,000-$5,000 a month, you know.
Ooh.
So, you know, why would you, you know, there's no reason for them to do that, you know. And a lot of people say, oh man, I'm totally going the wrong way. Wait, let's see. Oh no. Castile, I didn't make you a monitor. Let me make you a monitor real quick. Yeah, monitor. Right, yeah, okay. So let me go up here. So it says, okay, what do you think about the way he talks to women to live stream? That's what everybody's talking about, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you go ahead, man, because I don't really watch it.
The way he talks to women, okay, but it depends. It depends on what we are used to see and what we expect. Usually, women like to be talking to, you know, gently, nicely, with gloves and stuff. But what I appreciate with this guy is that the way he talks kind of cold, and he speaks facts. And the most interesting element is that when he speaks, his arguments are based on statistics. For example, he's talking about the statistics in the society, how men are making monthly, or the percentage of women getting married and something like that. So it's not just gossip, and it's not just personal opinion. What he says is based on facts. And usually women don't like this kind of way of talking, because the women like to be lied to, in a sense. You know, like when you go on dates. When you go on dates with a girl, you talk nicely. I mean, the first day, you know, you talk nicely. You don't want to address some controversial issue, so that everything is nice. And that's why a lot of women don't like him. But some women who kind of trying to understand, some women are thinking that, okay, maybe I disagree with what he says, but what he says makes sense, and I can end up this conversation with some knowledge that can be helpful for my life and for my future relationship. And I think that it would be would be better to think about the benefits from his conversation rather than the emotional the emotional effect of what he says. Because at the beginning, when I was watching it, I was also thinking the same. Oh, this guy is kind of harsh to women, and he's kind of kicking it. And then after that, I understood that he's kind of right, because usually many women talking to his show, of course they are pretty, pretty girls, sexy, whatever. But you can also feel that those girls are not humble, and they think that because they are pretty, because they are sexy, so they have the word at their feet, and we should only talk about the positive coming from them and not talk about the negative or something like that. And definitely they should, women internationally, not just black women internationally, white women, Latina or whatever, they should be aware that now they are competing at a world scale, and they're not just competing, let's say, in the US or in Europe or whatever, because now men travel. So if a man got his money, so he can choose a girl from Japan, from France, from Barbados, or from wherever. So the competition is getting harder for them. So if I was a woman, I should have get myself together and try to step my game up, because in the world there are a lot of women, sexy, nice, and etc. And with the social media, so everyone can work out and get every girl can get the nice body. So to be beautiful now is no more an exclusivity. Back in the day, the pretty girl, sexy girl, it was kind of a scarcity. But now a normal girl can start doing her fitness, and she can be a bomb in about, let's say, 3 or 4 months. So definitely women should try to elevate their level a little bit, not just the physical one, but also the social one, and the social attractivity, the consciousness. I think that now this is something a pretty girl also should work on, because sometimes you meet a girl, okay, she's pretty, she's sexy, whatever, but then when you discuss with her, and when you ask her a question about, let's say, her childhood or the way she interacts in the society, sometimes you might feel, okay, maybe that girl is pretty, but she's not that socially easy to hang out with. And that's sad, because sometimes you say, okay, I want to hang out with that girl, she's pretty, and then you understand that she's not a good person to be even friend with, at least friend with. And sometimes you meet with normal girl. When I say normal, not that pretty or not that attractive, but when you discuss with them, the energy is kind of positive, and you see, oh, maybe this girl is not that attractive, but she's a good person to hang out with, and a good person to live with, a good person to discuss with. Yeah, that's pretty much my thought on that. If you have any question, feel free to ask. And you, what are you thinking?
Well, I watched one of his videos only, and like I said, it was with the girl with the dog thing, and it was interesting, I mean, I guess we gotta,
So you have some good points here. Sly Funk. Stefan, my real name is Stefan.
Don't tell me. It's life funk.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, it's like I said, once that, the what you call it came out, that was it, and like I was watching that one with the lady,
Yeah.
and I mean, some of the things he said was, I mean, we would say it's cold. Back in our days, we were like, somebody say something, even though it was true, we would say, oh man, that's cold, that's cold. You shouldn't have had to say that. But while we were saying it's cold, we're laughing at the same time because it was the truth. But yeah, he's just coming out. And, it's just, I mean, it's good what he's doing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of young guys really seem to be lost. And in my videos, I try to, teach guys, not too much of the game and stuff, but pretty much just, telling them, get that education, get that money and stuff, and then, how to watch out for the women and stuff, So maybe I should watch some of his videos and see exactly what he's talking about. But I think if he's talking to women, then pretty much he's just telling them straight up, hey, with that advent of, right now, just like what integration did to the black community, it gave black people that it opened up doors for the rich, successful blacks to move to areas where they just probably wanted to be by themselves. I mean, if they didn't want to be by themselves, would be with people like them, then they would have stayed in the hood. And so it's like the same thing with the smart devices. Now before, a lot of sisters who are in these that he's talking to are interested when people say it's interesting.
It's interesting when people say women don't like him, but yet women still ring him up for advice. It's almost like they yearn for his validation. But you know what? Women are smart. Women are not dumb. Even if they might don't like the way he speaks, but still deep inside them, they recognize that what he says makes sense. And the way Kevin talks, he talks like a brother would talk to his sister. Usually when you talk to your sister, if your sister want to talk about her relationship issues, if you talk to your sister, you will talk fact and you will talk cold like Kevin. Actually, Kevin, this guy is talking to women like a brother, a big brother, or an uncle will talk to his niece or sister, or he talks like you would talk to your girlfriend after 6 or 7 years of relationship. But at the beginning of the relationship, you will not talk like that to your girls, because you will think,
said
okay,
exactly, ha ha ha.
You will if you are just dating a girl, if you talk the way he talks, she will get out, she will run away. So at the beginning of the relationship, you always talk about nice things. You don't want any controversy, so that she think, oh, this guy is nice. But believe me, once you live with your girl, you start talking like that. You start talking like that. Definitely start talking this way. And also, what he says is not just harsh to women, because he's encouraging us men to get ourselves together, like to get our finance together, to get fit. Okay, he says girl, okay, be fit, be nice, be pretty. But he also say boys, that guy, if you want the best women, you should have a good job, you should make money, you should be attractive too. So his message is the same to men and women, but some women are kind of getting upset easily and faster than men, because men, we kind of accept critics, and compared to women, we black men internationally, with the media and something like that, so we have kind of a good you have kind of a bad image, but still, even if we have this kind of bad image, but we work hard to make the difference. But girl, they just want to hear you are beautiful, you are perfect, you are pretty, even if it's not the case. And they are not open to this kind of critics. But we men in general, you know, we are dealing with racism in the world. But still, okay, there is racism going on. But if I do my job, or if I do business, I'm going to provide the best products to make the difference. And we are getting ourselves together no matter what. No matter what. And I think that women could benefit from it if they were putting into practice the same approach, accepting the critics and do better. And remember, in this world, there are more women than men. So it means that the competition between women is harder than the competition that we have between men. And you know, between men, even if we are not all, let's say, rich with money, but if you have confidence you can be more attractive to a woman than a guy with a lot of money but not that confident without the self-confidence. Because in the attractivity of men, of course there is the body, of course there is for women there is the social status, but most importantly the personality plays a lot in the seduction and in the attractivity of men. That's why some guys, normal guy, they can date supermodels, and sometimes some other guys say, look, I don't understand, this guy is not even rich or this guy is not even fit, but he always dating some top models and some very pretty girls and some like like that. And if you talk to those girls, what are the things that you find interesting to that guy? The girls will say he has a good personality, he's strong in his mind, he's self-confident, he has vision, even if he doesn't have the money, okay, but he has a good personality, he's strong, he has a good spirit. And also people tend to forget that in the seduction there is also a mental side, a mental aspect, and some mental energy and the consciousness aspect in the seduction. That's something also people should work on. Boys and girls kind of develop their own personality to be attractive, to develop the charisma, actually.
Yeah, I think you know, we get lost in a lot of things that we see, and a lot of people really don't even understand themselves, and they don't know themselves, and a lot of people really don't work on it. Me, I was in the Clubhouse, this app called Clubhouse, and I was in this group, and it was talking about growing and learning. So I just went there to listen. So they invited me up, and I started sharing stuff, you know, because they asked me, so I just shared. And it got to the point where, as the more I shared my life that I already put on YouTube, how my first marriage was, my second marriage was, and how my present marriage is, and all this stuff, you know, how all three of them were just shaky and stuff, and there's no telling what's going to happen. This one brother, I guess he was a counselor, and he went off on me, and I'm thinking to myself, why is he getting upset at me because I'm talking, because I'm answering questions, you know? That's all I was doing. And so I was thinking to myself, like, wow, you know what kind of trouble did this guy have with women? And there were other women in there, you know, they were coaches too. And, you know, just based on the one video that I saw Kevin make when he was talking to that one lady, you know, it's, I think maybe a lot of sisters and brothers, we look at white people and we see white people on TV. And when we become successful, I think maybe a lot of people probably, a lot of blacks probably think that, hey, we will be propelled into that kind of lifestyle, you know? And it doesn't happen like that for black people, because black people really don't care. GS 50, 1, 3 fizzle, shizzle.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank everybody in the house. I'm going to really try to start doing lives every day. I really do try to. I think I'm going to really start doing that. Just do it at my school and stuff. Oh, I have a question. Oh, no, I shouldn't. Oh, yeah.
And you know, surprisingly, as it seems, sometimes you might think that the black love is decreasing. But even white people, I mean European, it's harder for them to marry white women, because they are also dealing with the same issues with the white women. White women want to be independent. They don't want to be cooperative with men, and there is a lot of white men in these days who are wanting and who are pursuing to marry some non-white women. Let's say in South Asia or Asia, South America, Africa, and whatever.
Did you want to walk on the beach?
Or it's okay. And you know, if actually it's not just a problem of black women or black men and black women don't get married that much. Actually, it's a problem. It's a problem with the modern women mentality. But because we are black, we are just seeing this social phenomenon with our eyes and in our kind of social community. But white men and European men are dealing with the same situation, and there are also a big movement of white men who are Philippines, and they are going to South America or to Brazil to get women there. But there's something to keep in mind. When you come from a developed country and you go to a developing country wanting to marry a girl, when you go to those countries, you are more competitive compared to the local guys. And the fact that you come from a rich country, actually, it's your country, and it's your country which is attractive to her. And the problem is that if you meet a girl outside of your country, to test if this girl really wants you, ask her, are you okay that I marry you and I stay here in your country, be it in the Philippines or whatever, Philippines or Africa, motivated to marry you and staying in her home country? You can think, okay, really this girl is okay. But usually those girls in those kind of country, they want the green card, they want to go abroad. So this is also a trap that men should keep in mind if they want to go to kind of developing countries to get women to marry. Because you know there are many cases of men getting their girl from Colombia or Philippines or something, and once those guys brought those girls to their countries, they left them. They left them, and what happened? They left them, and they got the boyfriend that they had in their countries. So
I ain't gonna lie.
yeah, this is something to be taken in consideration.
I ain't gonna lie. One of my friends told me, what's up, JP Adams? Thanks for tuning in. Likes are appreciated. If you have any questions, please let me know. Just talk. Put them in here. And today we can't do any voices because I'm mobile, so sorry about that. Finally doing a company. It's good to see you.
Finally, you're doing a Kevin Samuel video. It's good to see you take on it.
Actually, Slight Funk wanted to do it. I didn't want to do it at all because not because I'm interested or anything. What he's doing is good because that's something that I believe he created. He's the first one doing that, or
Kevin Samuels?
Oh no, he's not the first one because Tommy Sawyer. A lot of people was doing that at the time, but
actually,
the way he's doing it.
Yeah, Tommy Sotomayor was addressing the same social phenomenon. Let's say women.
Wait here, let's go.
Women.
You have to talk loud though.
Tommy Sotomayor was addressing the same thing, but the difference is that Tommy was kind of hardcore in it.
Yeah.
And but Kevin talked about it with a kind of with class and with the setting, etc.
Right.
But it's a good point. Tommy Sotomayor is the first one to kind of address this issue and be kind of combative.
Yeah, he was.
Combative on women in general and black women in particular.
Right.
But the difference with Tommy is that Kevin kind of gives some advice and counseling. He's kind of giving some counseling service. But Tommy is just the beef, and he's just
hello, yeah man.
Glory nil. Yeah. And what I like with Kevin is the kind of social psychological approach of it. When you are listening to his life, it's like you are reading a kind of psychological social studies article. The way he talks, it's kind of well constructed.
Right.
It's well constructed. It's not just the gossip kind of form aspect. He's addressing it like.
Oh wow! When you got 20%.
He's addressing it like a scientist. That's what I appreciate with him.
Yeah. From like I said, I only saw one video, and the advice that he's giving it was real. It's like, just because you got something, don't mean that. But the Japanese media and government will never blame women for the dying population. They don't have to do that. Everybody already knows. In Japan, they already know that. But all the guys, everybody knows that and it has been mentioned in the newspapers for the hoverboard guys who just stay home and read I guess it was back in, I don't know how many years ago, but the guys that just stay home and play their videos and stuff, and the guys were like, hey, I'd rather just stay home and play my videos and keep my money, instead of going out here, getting married, and living the life that my father horribly lived for, his, for the kids' sake and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they already know. In Japan, they've even tried to pump up sexual relationships between men and women, with giving, people more money. If you have another kid, I forgot how many, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, or something like that. They were saying, "Oh, look at that, it's so beautiful.
Wow, so beautiful.
Look how it looks in here." Not through there.
Yeah, this is
nice.
Is the port.
We're at Long Beach right now.
And also to come back on Kevin Samuels, what I like with him is his protocol. The question, the set of questions he asked. He asked
The mic's on this side.
the set of question is
I'll walk on this side.
the set of question he asked to women. He starts asking the women, how old are you? what's your how much do you weigh? What's your dress size? When was the last time you had a relationship? How long does it last? And what is the cause of the breakup? And from this question, you can have the psychological profile of the girl. And if you apply this kind of question protocol to any girl you would like to date, or any girl you would like to marry, you can have a psychological profile. And if you apply that, you can also judge, okay, this girl is a good person based on what he calls the SMV, the sexual market value. He says that the sexual market value of a woman is depending on her body attractivity, her fertility, her femininity, and her cooperativeness. And from this, you can judge if that girl is really a top girl. But usually women will say they are all beautiful. They are the same level of Beyonce. They will never give themselves let's say a 6 or 7, because they're always like that. Men say, oh, you are beautiful, you are the most beautiful girl in the world, and blah blah blah.
Well, I will say that what he's doing is pretty interesting, but as far as I'm concerned, that you have to understand that there are not that many handsome men in the world either. You know what I'm saying? There are not that many handsome men in the world either.
But women don't look like for handsome in men. The women wants security.
No, that's not true. Not with the ones that got their own 6 and 10 figures and stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you're talking to a woman who has no money and she wants to date, well, the best advice I would say was, hey, go out there, get on the internet, learn something to make that money first, because that's what's going to make you happy. I mean, no, that's going to buy you fun, and you can buy it at your discretion. Money doesn't make you happy. Happiness is innate, but money can buy fun. So,
but a boyfriend, I mean the expectation that women have on boyfriend and women have on husband are not the same. Of course, if she want a boyfriend, she want a fit guy, a good-looking guy. But definitely, if she want a husband, she wants first social security.
yeah, I mean that's true too. But what I'm saying is that I talk to a lot of guys, and they're talking about they can't get women and stuff like that. Like me, it don't matter what I look like, I can get a woman because I know how to talk to them.
Yeah.
And I know what to say.
So, as I was saying, confidence.
No, that's
personality,
not
confidence.
That's not confidence. It's competence. I said I know what to say. I didn't say I believe.
Yeah.
What to say. Confidence is a belief. Mm-hmm. So if you walk up and say, I believe I can get her, then it's like, okay, cool. But then if another person walk up and say, I know I can get her, then that's a whole different stratosphere.
So it's your personality.
No, it's not. It's not.
And you know what women want. So it's like you're giving the best offer to the demand.
But you can say that. For me, personally, if I want to get a woman, I'll walk up to her and say, hey, how you doing? And I'll ask a certain specific kind of category of question. Yeah. Of questions. And it's one category. I ain't gonna say what the category is, but there's this one category that I ask. And if these women, how can I say that? If these women, yo, what's up? I said, America. Wait. Can you volume down? Because I'm live with YouTube. So on Gakawa Dame. You dancer?
Reggae man, oh.
I have a question. Where's Osaka?
Yeah, Osaka.
Where?
Kishiwada.
Kishiwada is Osaka.
Kishiwada.
Osaka? Uh-huh. Osaka City.
No, no.
Where's Osaka? Wait, get down, please. Off. Yeah. Auto kite. Yeah. Okay.
In Kishiwada.
No, but I want to go to Osaka. Where's Osaka? Do you know?
Osaka.
Yeah. Where's Osaka?
Yes, yes.
Now, where is it?
大阪のどこ
Yeah.
Kishiwada live seaside.
Seaside.
Kishiwada city.
That's Kishiwada City is Osaka?
Yeah, Osaka. Yes.
Where's this?
Senna city.
Oh, is it?
Senna.
Where's in Sennan?
Senna.
Oh, Sennan City. Oh, okay.
What's your favorite Japanese food?
I
I
like sushi.
No, sushi.
It's my favorite Japanese food. Kitsune udon.
Kitsune udon.
Yeah.
Nice.
Where you guys going?
Go home.
Are you going home? And how old are you? 16,
18,
17,
18, 19,
18? Oh, wow. Young. Very young.
18. Do you like music, rock music?
Yeah.
Black music is us. We are black music.
Yeah.
We are black music.
Oh.
And you know, music is music. Music is melody. Melody is colorless. Melody is colorless.
Do you like reggae or hip hop?
I like every good music. As long as the groove is there, I like it. Yeah. If you know, reggae music, house music, hip hop music, classic music, traditional music, Arabic music. As long as the melody is good, as long as the groove is there, as long as it's touched my heart, I like it. Yeah. It's like food. Music is like food. You cannot say I only like fruits or I only like vegetables. But if there is a flavor, if the flavor is there, if it touches your heart, you say, okay, I like this. Yeah, I like good music. And if you call it rap, I like it. If it's house, I like it. I just like music. And you know, the first music is your heartbeat.
Oh.
The first music is your heartbeat. Yeah, and it has no category. It's just soul.
So,
Yeah, tamashi. Yeah, it's tamashi. If you like this frequency,
important.
yeah, if you feel it, it's good. Moshi kanjimasu. Kochi wa yoyonga for good music. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, take care. Peace, man.
Okay. Have a nice
Peace.
day.
Yeah, you too. Peace, man.
See you
All right.
again.
Yep.
Yeah.
See you again. Peace. But what I'm saying is this. I understand everything, but with a lot of women, I think a lot of women know they want to find a man want to find a woman, but the only logical way to do that is by communication.
Yeah.
You know, you have to talk. But I think what a lot of people make a mistake is that they want a relationship, but they don't want it based on just a normal conversation. They want it based on what they can get from it.
Yes.
So it's like you're starting at the finish line, but you're looking for the goal from where you're at, and you're not going to see it, but you want it.
Yeah.
You know, and then as you start to progress towards it, you know, you got to understand that from where you are till you get to that goal,
Yeah. But the problem
what are you going to go through to get there? Because
the problem is that people want relationship like they go to the grocery store. I want there because I want to get this, I want to gain this, I want to win this.
but it's
not like
okay.
that.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Because some people, like when you're teaching people something, you know, some people absorb things
Yeah.
if they dream about it first.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But then you got some people who have trauma, and then they create something based on their trauma.
Yeah.
You know, so it doesn't matter what motivates them. The whole thing is that they're motivated. But what I'm saying is just that they want this one thing, and they're not paying attention to that road, or they're not aware of what they got to get through to get to that, because you can get a guy with a six figure. I mean,
Yeah.
six figures. You know, you can get them,
But
but what do you mean by getting them? Sex, marriage, money,
yeah.
a date.
Yeah. What is what
Yeah.
is
So
what,
so what do you mean?
yeah. What is it that they want?
Yeah. So
Because if they just want money, they just can set a business.
yeah, and I mean they can get, and yeah, they can get the guy. If they want this guy to get six figures and they want his money,
Yeah.
then all they got to do is, write up some proposal of a business,
Yeah.
talk to him, and if it's good, he gonna invest in it.
Yeah.
Who's not gonna invest in a business that's, when they look at the plans, all they see is dollar signs?
Yeah.
But if they're talking about marrying the dude that got money, then that's a whole different story. But there's a lot of guys out here who want to, like I saw when he was talking to that girl with the who was doing that haircutting pet thing, whatever it was. He was saying like there's only 10% of the men in America, I guess, who making on 6 million. Six figures or something like that. And what's the chances? Well, based on what he was saying, her looks, this and that, she got all this stuff that maybe no one's going to take her. The chances are very slim.
Yeah.
But you don't know,
But
because there's some guys who don't mind that, because there are a lot of guys who had six figures
Yeah.
and they can't find a woman, because the women who got six figures, the guys who have the money,
Yeah.
you run into these women. Well, just because you got money don't mean I need you or I want you. So everybody gets.
But also it depends on what the girl. It also depends on what the guy puts forward when it comes to a girl. If
Okay,
you
wait. We missed a comment.
But
He says, the
the
thing
thing
is
is,
that the issue is so
relevant
prevalent
in Japan.
Look at the women here,
over
over 25 and 30, over 40, but still trying to get attention from male strangers, and they are not married. That is wrong, huh?
The things that the issue is so relevant in Japan. Look at the women here, over 20, but still trying to get attention from male, and us are not getting married.
yeah.
Well, once some of these women out here, even in Japan, they're settled. If they still stay at home, if their parents got a business, they watch their parents in these relationships, even though they in the relationships to the day they die, a lot of them, the women, they're like, they don't want to grow up the way their mother did, and they don't want to marry a guy who's like their father. So you want to turn around? I don't think it's nothing down there, unless you just want to walk.
Oh, let's go back. Let's go back there.
And so, they just want to mess around, because
Yeah.
here in Japan, it's not the same as in Japan, like in America. If you really think about it, why would a woman who's successful want to find a guy who's making just as much money as she is and have kids? Again, if they already got kids, what's the one? They just want to get married, but what does that guy want? If he doesn't have any kids, he might want kids. So
Yeah.
there are so many, discrepancies and stuff in that. Here in Japan, one thing is marriage isn't looked at like it is in the rest of the world. Marriage out here is just something that you do to pass time so that you don't grow old, alone, and the guy is just there. There are some women who will marry you and they won't have sex with you because as the husband. They might go out and do it with other guys, but they're not going to do it with you because, that's the control. Go ahead.
And remember, a guy with a lot of money, if he wants a woman, you have to differentiate. Does he want a girlfriend or does he want a wife?
Right.
When you have a lot of money, when you want a wife, it's because you want a legacy. You want to leave a legacy. You want to have a family.
Mm-hmm.
If you have money and you just want to play around, you can get a girlfriend, or you can get an escort, or you can just date a girl and have sex with her. So that's something to differentiate. That's why guy with money, they can have a lot of girlfriend, but believe me, when they want to
if they when and if they want to set up a family, the criteria that they're going to expect from a woman is going to be different. It's not going to be about the physical aspect, you know, because it's going to think, okay, these women will raise my kids. So what kind of values do I want my kids to have? And if I'm a successful man, definitely I need my kid to have a strong and good education. Because if you just get any girl because she's pretty and she's not she hasn't got the moral and ethics and education enough to raise a kid in the future, when this kid's going to take over your business, if he doesn't get the education, it's going to manage your company in a non-proper way. And remember, the first asset to be successful is not just money, it's the state of mind, it's the consciousness. That's why a lot of people there are many rich people, I mean rich with money, but there are few people with the consciousness, with the state of mind adequate for being successful. And usually this is something that rich people should take care. Take care.
Well, when you when you look for a woman who's educated to teach her kids about a business, most parents can teach them and give them certain ideas, but they're still going to have to go to college and get. A lot of them are going to get formally trained or by some real professional, unless the woman you marry her job is that profession. But still, at the same time, how many kids are going to sit around and listen to their mothers educate them?
The vision. I talk about the vision because there are some successful families. It's kind of like a dynasty. The grandfather has a vision, and around these values he educated his kids around those kind of values. And when you talk about their family, let's say if you talk about, let's say I just create a name like that, the Petersons. Oh, this guy is the Peterson. In this family there is these values, and around those values, those kids were raised around those families, around those values. And this is kind of a legacy that they want to carry on. Not just about having money, but they're carrying on a vision. They're carrying on some values, and all those kind of values that they have is part of the asset of their family.
Yeah, that's true. But what I'm saying is that when a man looks for a woman, there are so many things that's going through his mind.
Beautiful.
I mean, it could be that too, but it's also his own insecurities that he has to deal with.
Yeah.
Then when they do get married, or if they do have sex or whatever they're going to do, then what's going to happen? Because once a woman, all men should know that once a woman comes and you accept a woman into your life, her feelings, her claws, everything is going to permeate everything in you. And unless you break up, or unless you're able to cut those strings or those lines or whatever, or you use a prop, and like if you what are those ventriloquists, and you got a dummy up there and she don't know that it's a dummy or something, a lot of guys are going to get the truth of the matter is a lot of guys are going to get played. You're going to have problems in the marriage, you're going to have arguments, and then that's just something that guys should know. And even when a woman, she want a rich guy, that's cool too, but is this rich guy exciting? Is this rich guy fun?
Yeah.
Is this rich guy going to spend time with you? There's, like, I was watching some of these famous musicians on Netflix, and they got these beautiful women,
Yeah.
The women got access to all that money, but their husbands or the guys weren't there,
Yeah.
and they get lonely.
And you know, to really know if those people, I mean, be it men or women, want to live with the person they choose to be their wife or husband, ask them this question. You have cancer and you have 1 hour to live before dying. Who is the person you would like to spend this last hour with? If those men don't say my wife, or if those women don't say my husband, now you can test if those people are really motivated to live with those people. Because if you're not ready to spend the last hour with someone, why would you marry this person to so-called share the rest of your life with?
But if somebody, but personally, I think if go ahead, I didn't interrupt you. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
If a person say their husband or their wife, and not their kids, I think that's pathetic. I think because the kids are, that's your future. You and your husband and did your time. Y'all had plenty of time to spend together to your last moment. To be with your children, because you're not going to. You may have spent, they're gonna still continue. So I would definitely, if it was me, definitely my kids. But
as some of my friend told me, it would be nice if you can marry your friend. Let's say you are a man and you have a female friend, and if you could marry a person that was your friend before, it would be nice. But usually, the person that you marry, it was your boyfriend or it was your date. So it means that you didn't have enough time to build a human relationship, kind of good feeling and human connection. Because definitely, if you have to live with someone, it would be better if this person is a person that you would be friend with, first of all, before the sexual attraction and whatever.
Well, you can't be friends before sexual attraction, because sexual attraction, that's going to come first as soon as you see the woman.
Yeah. That's why it's important. It's really important to discuss, to kind of fathom the personality of the person you would like to share your life with.
Yeah, but I mean, no one is really going to take a long time. Like I was talking to, when I was in that clubhouse, I was talking to them, and I said the same thing. I said, they were like, I told them I didn't marry for love. I married because the women were nice.
Yeah, that's good.
And this guy, he was like, okay, well, you married, this failed, that failed. Maybe next time you should marry for love. And I'm thinking to myself, well, who's going to marry someone that they don't love?
But love is like gas. One day or another, the gasoline will finish. So if you marry for love, one day when the gasoline is finished, but the criteria should be let's say the quality of the car. The quality of the car should be what matters more than the fuel, because the fuel you can have it anywhere and it can run out. And if the car's quality is not good, even if you got the fuel, so even if you got love, if the car quality is not good, you cannot go anywhere.
Right.
You cannot go anywhere.
And what you're saying is true, but what I'm saying is that in that group, they said, well, you should marry for love. I said, well, the love, I think, is going to come before you get married.
Yeah.
No one's going to get married and then fall in love with the person.
Yeah.
Most people are going to love first and then they marry. But they love the person But they didn't ask the person to marry them
Yeah.
when they first fell in love. I mean, some people do love at first sight.
But for me, love is something. Let's say if you are in your 20s, you can talk about falling in love. But honestly, when you are more than 30 and something like that, you meet with someone. Okay, this person might be attractive, but talking about love is like kind of a fantasy. The kind of things like. Personally, when I think about love, I think when I was a young boy, little boy, let's say, in the high school or something like that. This was love. But when you are a grown-ass man,
What time you got?
Hmm?
What time do you
we
have? I said, what time do you have? Oh, okay.
yeah
let's-
when you are a grown-ass man talking about love, I fall in love.
No,
It's kind of weird, you know.
No, it's okay because talking about love, talking about falling in love, it makes you feel good because
Yeah.
all you're doing is just creating these images in your mind that make you feel good.
So it's an illusion.
I
For me,
mean, no,
love, I can love my family. I can love my kids. I can love, my kids or my family or something like that. But a girl that I meet up in a bar because she's sexy and I say I fall in love with her, oh no, it's so good to be real.
no, but it's not her that you fall in love
It's
with.
the-
You only fall in love
it's
with
the-
what you know. And what you
Or
know
what you
is
believe.
what you see.
Or what you believe.
I mean that too, but usually what you see. So when you fall in love with your kids, okay, why you fall in love with your kids? Is it because of their intelligence, because of this, or because of
It's
because
what they represent for you. I mean,
exactly
it's your
it's
DNA.
so
It's
so
your
it's
DNA.
selfish.
Yeah, it's your
They are body parts, but they're here.
Okay,
No?
wait. I wonder. Hey, if you guys, no one's here. I must have went out. Man, it must have lost power somewhere because there's no one on here.
Is it connected?
No. Anyway, let's stop this.